Hello paper crafters, today I'll be showing you how you can use room divider die set from Paper Discovery's latest release to create this lovely mantelpiece decoration that can also work as a folding mini album. Let's get started by doing some die cutting. I'm going to use one of the panels included in the set along with the floral decorative panel, and I'll be also using a scalloped outline die. So I'm placing the panel onto a piece of white cardstock and sending it through the machine. To create the lacy overlay, I'm going to use both the floral insert and the outline die. I'm placing them over a piece of white cardstock again, taping them down, and then I'm going to die cut them. If you use the floral insert without the outline die, it's only going to die cut a negative pattern, which is great for see-through cards. Now I'm going to use my tool-in-one to clear out all the negative pieces. To create the background for lacy panels, I'll be using the papers from Celestial Paper Pack by Altenew. As you can see, this paper is 6 by 6 inches, so it's just a slightly shorter than I need, but it's not a problem because it's going to be covered up by the lacy piece later on. The folding screen can be as many sections as you like. This time I decided to go with 8, so I've die cut each piece 8 times. The panel die has some slits that you can use for embossing or stenciling. This time I have decided to go with the stenciling just to be able to use some blue and make the panels coordinate with the patterned paper that I have used. I'm applying Faded Jeans Distress ink with a sponge applicator right through the die. As always, the tools and supplies I'm using are listed down below in the description box as well as on my blog. The floral panel die also has that stenciling option, so I'm going to use the same ink, just applying it through the holes in the die right onto the paper. Then of course I will be repeating this process for all 8 floral panels as well as all 8 base panels. The next step will be attaching floral panels onto starry backgrounds, and I'm just going to use some liquid adhesive. I'm making sure both pieces are lined up, and then I'm going to use a large acrylic block to press them down while the glue dries. Then I'm going to attach all those assembled pieces onto the base panels, the ones that have legs. By the way, you can flip those floral panels upside down. They really do work both ways. I'll be attaching the panels both ways, top up and top down, and this way they are not going to look as a repeated pattern just as much. So now when I have all 8 panels assembled, I can go ahead and put the folding screen together. So I'm starting by folding the flap on each of the panels, and I'm using the bone folder to press down the fold. And this last one panel should not have that flap, so I'm simply going to use the paper trimmer to cut it off. Then I'm going to apply some tape adhesive onto each of the flaps, and I'm using the red tape since it's quite strong, and strong adhesive is really preferable in this case because it's kind of a moving part. I'm using the grid on the mat every time, and it really helps to place the next panel really straight. I keep attaching the panels the same way until I come to the last one, the one that has no flap on it. My folding screen is nearly finished now. I'll just go ahead and add some finishing touches. I'm squeezing out a tiny blob on glue in the center of the top part of the panels, as well as at the bottom. Then I'm going to use a pickup tool to apply a large half pearl onto each blob of the glue. I'm also going to use some navy blue enamel dots, and I'm placing 2 at the top of each panel and 2 at the bottom. The very last step would be folding the screen zigzag-wise, and I'm using the bone folder to press down each fold. This way the cardstock will kind of remember which way it should be folded. So here is my project finished. This die set can be used to make so many more things like cards, lanterns, and booklets, and I will be demonstrating it in the future tutorials. Don't forget to check out the entire release. I'll put a link down below in the description. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll be seeing you again really soon.